Audio. Oh yeah. Hello everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Is everything fine? Audio, video. Please post your comment. Good evening, Abhishek. Neeraj Kumar, good evening. Vartika, good evening. So, audio, video, everything fine, right? Good evening, everyone. Hope you are doing great. Today, we are going to start the GTQ session of DBMS. So, this session is around 2.5 hours to 3 hours, approximately 3 hours. It is common for both GATE, CS and DA paper, except last 3-4 questions of the session. Last 3-4 questions of the session is from transaction management, that is not for the GATE DA. Otherwise, remaining all session is common for both GATE, CS and DA. So, in this session, I am trying to cover almost all areas, and each major area some 3-4 questions. Okay. So, along with your doubts related to the any other question also, okay, related to that topic, okay, please participate in the live and stay until end of the session. Okay. So, I think everything right, fine, ready. Okay. So, let's see the first question. It is related to the number of super keys. Find how many number of super keys in the relational schema. Number of super keys. Consider the given relation with n attributes. So, how many super keys in a relation if every combination of 2 attributes forms candidate key for relation R? If every possible 2 attributes of the relation forms the key, then how many super keys in the relation? Super keys, not the candidate keys, right? So, please reply. Yeah, last 15 minutes what to do and what not to do. Yeah, so if you stay back, means people are, if you are stay back in live, okay, I will answer every question which you comment in the comment section. Okay, so anything related to the preparation or doubts related to the subject, okay, everything we are going to discuss at the end of the session. Okay, okay, so everyone answering D. So, now, so how many candidate keys of the relation? So, how many candidate keys of the relation? If every 2 attributes of the relation forms the key, if every 2 attribute of the relation forms the key, that means A1, A2, A3, A4, up to so on AN. Every 2 attributes of the relation forms the key. That means number of candidate keys are, okay, number of candidate keys are, okay, so NC2, okay, NC2 candidate keys. So, NC2 candidate keys, it means that, okay, it means that, so N into N minus 1 by 2 candidate keys. Okay, now the total super keys, but candidate keys are NC2, but here number of super keys are, see, every subset of this n attributes, total 2 power n subsets, from every subset, empty set is not super key, okay, empty set is not super key, and okay, empty set is not super key, and because minimal super key is 2 attributes, every 2 attributes form the minimal super key. Minimal super key is two attributes of the key. Okay, so each one attribute combination, NC1 selection of one attribute combination, these are n selections. Those also not super keys, because minimal super key itself is two attributes. Okay, so out of all the subsets, empty set is not super key. Single attribute combination, single attribute selection is not super key. Other than that, every other subset is a super keys. Okay, so the number of super keys of the relation 2 power n minus n plus 1 means minus 1 minus n. Okay, so it means that so this minimal super keys are NC2 minimal super keys, and 3 attribute combination also super keys, and 4 attributes combination also super keys. Okay, plus up to so on n minus 1 attribute combination also super keys, and all n attributes also super keys. Okay, this NC2 to NCN, this summation. Okay, so this summation NC0 NC1, okay, for 2 power n sum of subsets. Okay, so 2 power n. Okay, so from 2 power n, empty set is not there, NC0 not there, NC1 is not there, those two are subtracted. Okay, so these are become total number of super keys. Okay, super keys of the relation, right? So answer to the question is option C. Any doubt on this? Nitish. Right? Thank you, Nitish. Nice question. Right. So tried all questions are okay, little tricky and good questions only. So stay back in live and try to read the question carefully and do some calculation. Don't hurry to give the answer. Okay, take some 15-20 seconds or 1 minute or 1.5 minutes. So do some calculations and visualize what the question meaning and is, what the options, and check it once and answer. Right now, I think hope you clear this explanation. Let's move to the next question. Right, it is also related to the candidate keys, super keys. So now candidate keys are given. Okay, relation R with n attributes, relation R with n attributes. How many super keys? Again, how many super keys in the relation? So how many super keys in the relation? 3 candidate keys are given here. Okay, if 3 candidate keys are given here, so but here see, observe the candidate key. First candidate key is 2 attributes combinedly key for first one. 3 attributes composite is key for second one. A4 to AN combinedly 1 candidate key. A4 to AN is composite 1 candidate key, means n minus 3 attributes. Third candidate key is n minus 3 attributes. right? So no answer. No answer came so far. Just post your comments. Okay. So here 3 candidate keys we can go for set representation. Only 3 candidate keys we can simply use the set representation. Okay. So find the total number of super keys. Okay, find the total number of super keys. Okay. So super keys because of first candidate key A1 A2. Super keys because of this first candidate key A1 A2. This first one. Super keys because of candidate key A2 A3 A4. A2 A3 A4. Super keys because of candidate key, okay, A4 A5 A6 up to so on AN, right? So super keys of the first set, this is 2 power n minus 2, right? 2 power n minus 2, A1 A2 combined with any subset of remaining attributes. A1 A2 composite of combines with any subset of A3 to AN. A3 to AN, any subset of A1 A2 first key is become total super keys of this one, 2 power n minus 2. This is 2 power n minus 3. Okay, so this one A4 to AN, candidate key is n minus 3 attributes. Okay, so remaining only 3 attributes left. Remaining only 3 attributes left. This is, okay, so this is 2 power n minus 3, sorry, 2 power 3. Only 3 other attributes left, 2 power 3 attributes, 2 power 3 super keys. Okay, minimal super key is n minus 3 attributes. Okay, n minus 3 attributes composite of any subset of 3 attributes, and A1 A2 A3 A4. Okay, so this intersection is, okay, 2 power n minus 4 attribute, 2 power n minus 4 super keys. Okay, so this intersection A2 A3 A4, okay, A5 to AN, A2 to AN common. Okay, A2 to AN common means this n minus, okay, n minus 1 attributes common. This is 2 power 1. So A1 A2 A4 A1, A1 A2 A3 except A3 remaining all common. That means it's also 2 power n minus 1. So common super keys of all is, okay, so 2 power, remain no other attribute is left, right? No other attribute is left. So 2 power 0 super keys, intersection for all 3. Okay, the total number of super keys, 2 power n minus 2 plus 2 power n minus 3 plus, okay, this 2 minus 2, so this one 2 cube, right? Next, minus 2 power n minus 4 minus 2 plus 2 power 0. Okay, so 2 power n minus 2, 2 power n minus 3, 2 power n minus 2, 2 power n minus 2 plus 2 power n minus 3 minus 2 power n minus 4. Okay, plus, okay, 2 cube. Okay, so this minus 4 plus 1. Minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3. Okay, so 2 power n minus 4 if common, 2 power n minus 4 if common, then it is 2 square plus 2 minus 1, minus 8 minus 3 is 5. Okay, so this is equal to, So 4, 6 minus 1, 5 times 2 power n minus 4 minus 5 is the number of super keys. Okay. So just small printing mistake. So 5 times 2 power n minus 4, 5 times 2 power n minus 4 plus minus 5. Okay. So this is plus 5, 8 minus 3 plus 5. So this bracket is this is outside of the 5. Okay. So is the total number of super keys. So total number of super keys are 2 power 5 times 2 power n minus 4 plus 5, right. So option A actually this bracket should not be outside of this. Okay. So this is the 5 times 2 power n minus 4 plus 5. Okay. So super keys of first key plus super keys of second key plus super keys of third key minus intersection of these two sets, intersection of these two sets, intersection of these two sets plus intersection of all three sets. So these are the total super keys. Okay, just do the simplification, right. Next one, I think it is easy question only, simple conceptual question related to the foreign key. Simple conceptual question related to the foreign key. Please answer this one. Okay. If foreign key of relation R referencing to primary key of relation S, foreign key of relation R referencing to primary key of relation S, then which is R true for given foreign key? MSQ question. Vidhi, Sandeep answering one option. Praveen. Nitish, Amar Sharma AD, Nitish AC. Okay. So the relation R consists foreign key in relation R. Okay. This is the scenario. R is one relation, S is other relation. Okay. So this S relation have the primary key. S relation from primary key referred by this R relation. This R relation X is foreign key. X foreign key refers to Y, refers to A. Okay, so here it can be some primary key also. Here it can be some primary key also. Okay, so but B not referred by any other foreign key. So B can be any of the values, and this A primary key. So anyhow no null values here. Okay, 6, 8, 10. foreign key can consist null. Foreign key can consist null. Okay, so foreign key value x can be 2, 2 and null. Okay, and 8, 10, something like this. Okay, so the record foreign key allows the null value. Foreign key allows the null value. Record this relation is a referencing relation and this is referenced relation. So the record whose foreign key value null is not consist any referencing relationship set out of integrity constraint, out of relationship constraints. Okay, so that means this record not related to any record of the S data. This record not related to any record of this S data. Then are other these records. Okay, this record related to some records of this and 8 related to this and 10 related to this. Okay, so if you observe this, each record of R are related to one record of S, because S relation A is a primary key. Each record of R are related to one record of S except the record whose foreign key value null. Except the record whose foreign key value null, each record is related to one record of the relation S. Okay, so each record of R related to at most one record of relation S. Each record of R related to at most one record of relation S. At most one record of relation S. Option A. Then, but each record of S related to, okay, some records not related by any record of the reference data, and some record related to more than one record also, some record related to one record also. That means each record of relation S related to many records means 0 or more. So many records means 0 or more. Many records of relation S. Okay. So A and C is the answer to this given question. Because foreign key can consist null value, because at most one, it may not related anyone. Okay, non-relationship may not related anyone or related to one record of the reference data or primary key value. Okay, so this at most one, because foreign key can consist null, the record whose foreign key value null out of referential constraints. Okay, so that out of referential constraint means that record not related to any record of the reference data. Okay, so A and C is correct answer to the given question. Done this one? Any doubt on this? Please post your comment. Okay, so here two key points you need to understand here. Okay, foreign key can consist null value. Foreign key attributes allowed null values. Foreign key attributes allowed null. And record whose foreign key value null, okay, is out of referential constraints. Records whose foreign key values null are out of referential constraints. right? So it is ER diagram question, so it is not much difficult. I think easily you will able to answer. Okay, so I think it's just for okay. This is one to many mapping. This one, and this is many to many mapping, and this one is one to many mapping. And this is also many to many mapping, and this is one to one mapping, and this is also many to many mapping. So how many minimum relational tables required for this given ER diagram? How many minimum relational tables required for this given ER diagram? Right? This is one common question. So I think every session almost same model question I will use it to repeat. Okay, so just recollect it. You also studied before. Just recollect it, the conditions. Okay, if one to many mapping. Okay, so partial participation or total participation for BCN of design, partial participation or total participation, a relationship can combine with right side entity set. If this is total participation, also a relationship can combine with right side, partial participation also can combine with right side, but here foreign key is no nulls because of total participation relationship data added to the E2. Partial participation relationship data added to E2. Okay, here foreign key can consist null values. Okay, so if you say foreign key should not be a null, then a relationship should be separate table. Then it should go for 3 tables. Okay, so irrespective of foreign key should not be null without such condition. So relationship can combine with E2, and it is more appropriate. Okay, if it is a total participation, guaranteed can combine with E2. Okay, so effective design and BCN of and foreign key is no null, but here there is one limitation, one drawback, and foreign key added to the E2 because of relationship set R can consist null value. Okay, due to the partial participation. Anyhow, one to many relationship can combine with right side entity, a right side entity set. So many to many relationship. Okay, so irrespective of participation, it should maintain in separate table. irrespective of participation, many to many relationship should maintain in separate table for BCNF. Okay, for BCNF. Okay, so even if total participation either left side or right side, okay, if you combine entity set E1 along with the relationship, if it is total participation, still it failed for BCNF. Okay, so for BCNF relationship, BCNF normal form, many to many relationship data should be maintained separately. Then one to one relationship data, this one to one relationship data. Okay, so actually in this scenario, partial participation both sides can combine either the sides. The relationship can combine with left side entity set or right side entity set. Again there is a limitation, because partial participation relationship data combining into entity set, partial participation data is merging into E1. Because of that, okay, so foreign key added due to relationship set is, okay, should allow the null value because of partial participation. So if no null value is required, if no null values, then relationship must be separate table. Okay, then here if one of the total participation is there, so effective design, minimum table, minimum it can be one table. Okay, minimum one table is sufficient, but because of this partial participation, one of the alternative key should allow the null values. Because of the partial participation, one of the alternative key should allow the null value but not violate the BCNF. Okay, if total participation both the sides, the relationship can combine with, okay, single table. Okay, so this is the binary relationship RDBMS design which satisfy BCNF. Then self-referential, one to many can combine with E1, self-referential one to one also can combine with E1, but self-referential many to many should be maintained separate table. Then weak entity set and relationship should be separate table, and weak entity set and relationship should be separate table. Okay, so these 10 points, practice it properly. This 99% ER diagram questions related to this only. Okay, so 99% ER diagram questions are just basic questions only. Those 10 points practice properly. Okay, these 10 points you can take like a short notes and practice it properly. Okay, so how RDBMS design is done, which is foreign key, and how BCNF normal form satisfied, what are FDs, like that. So go through all the conditions of these 10 points, that is sufficient for the ER diagram. Okay, so now back to this question. Then one to many relationship data can combine with many site. This many to many relationship data should be separate table. This many to many relationship data should be separate table. This many to many relationship data should be separate table. Okay, this one to many can combine with, okay, either the sites, but there is a drawback here because of the partial participation. Okay, the foreign key added due to relationship is allows the null value. Okay, it is become null value. So otherwise these tables are become these, okay, is become one relation because of one to many combined to right side. Okay, this portion of diagram is become one table. Okay, this portion of diagram is become one table. Okay, so one to many self-referential also can merge into the entity set. One to many self-referential also can merge into the entity set. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So minimum 5 relational tables required. Minimum 5 relational tables required. Okay, minimum 5 relational tables required, which will satisfy BCNF also. And there are two places whose foreign key, because of partial participation relationship combined to this entity set, because of that one foreign key should allow the null value, and here partial participation relationship combines to the entity set, here also foreign key should allow the null value. Okay, so other than those two limitations, okay, so two places foreign key can consist null, otherwise this 5 table is sufficient. Then if you want to count number of foreign keys, see, if relationship combined to either one of the side, then one foreign key sufficient for binary relationship. relationship maintain separate table, 2 foreign keys required. If entity set are combined, then no foreign key required. Then foreign keys are 1 foreign key for this relationship set and 1 foreign key for this relationship set and 1 foreign key for this relationship set, and 3 relationship sets, these three foreign keys. Okay, these 3 relationships maintained separately, though each relationship require 2 foreign keys, 2 2 2, 6 plus, okay, 7 8 9, minimum 9 foreign keys required, minimum 9 foreign keys required. Okay, so answer to this question, number of relational tables is 5 relational tables, right? So how lead project merge it to lead? This is one-to-one mapping. So one-to-one mapping, it can be merged with employee side also, can be merged with project side also. So the more participation, probably to the project side. So number of projects are much less than the employees. Okay, so here more participation, that's why I merges with here. Okay, but this one-to-one partial participation can merge with any side, but if you merge with the more participation side, foreign key possibilities, null value possibility over foreign key is reduces. Okay, so there is a one limitation of this merging, the foreign key can consist null values. Okay, but he is not asking any other constraint, just we need to answer minimum tables irrespective of the foreign key can consist null or not null, right? Then this one, any more doubts? So again I am trying to recollect. So these 7 points practice properly. So one-to-many relationship can convert with right side entity set for BCN of mapping, BCN of normal form, and so many-to-many relationship must be separate table, and one-to-one relationship with partial participation both sides. Okay, so can combine with either the sides, but drawback is the foreign key can consist null. So one-to-one, if at least one total participation, either one side total or both the sides total, entities can be merges. But if you merge, if both total participation, guarantee can merge into single table. If one total participation, other partial participation can merge into the single table, but here this alternative key can consist null values. Okay, because of the partial participation. If you not required, if you don't want null values in alternative key, null values of alternative key should not be allowed. Means if you want foreign alternative key with less no null values, then a relationship and E1 should be one table and E2 should be separate. Okay, so like that depends on. So basic, these are basic fundamental conditions. So if something small changes are given in the question, based on that you need to do the changes in the design. So but most probably in the competitive exams, this basic design questions only used to ask in the exams. Okay, these 10 points just collect practice properly, these 10 points. Okay, so just answer one more question related to this ER model. One more question related to this ER model. This is many-to-many mapping. R2 is many-to-many mapping. This R3 is one-to-many mapping. This R4 is one-to-one mapping. Okay. This is many to one self-referential, one to one self-referential. So how many foreign keys? So let me read out the doubts for the previous question. Some doubts are rising for previous question. Let me check it again. So Vartika asking how lead project merged with manager's department. So see, this is one-to-one mapping. One-to-one mapping can combine with this relation. Okay, so this one this is one table and this is one table. Yes, calculation mistake I done. This is one table. Okay. So managers department is become one table, managers department is one table. So this many to many mapping separate table and lead and project is become one table. So minimum 6 relational tables required. Minimum 6 relational tables required, right? Minimum 6 relation tables required. Okay, by overlook I merges these two. Okay, so minimum 6 relation tables required. 6. Okay, managers department is one table and lead project is one table. In this design, so because of this relationship, foreign key is added and that foreign key can consist null value. Because of this relationship, one foreign key is added, that foreign key also can consist null value. And because of this relationship, one foreign key added, because anyhow total participation, no null values. And relationship is maintained separately, those foreign keys also no null values. Only two places the foreign keys, okay, of the relationship combines to the entity set can cause the null value. But the question is only about the minimum tables, minimum 6 relational tables. Okay, so now answer this one. So how many foreign keys required? So how many foreign keys required? Number of foreign keys required. Okay, minimize the design of ER diagrams. Okay. Done it? See, many to many mapping maintains separate relationship set. Many to many mapping maintains separate relationship set, okay, which require two foreign keys. This one to many relationship can combine with E2. Okay, one to many relationship can combine with E2. Okay, so this is okay. This required one foreign key, and so one-to-one mapping, okay, total participation both sides, entities can merge, and one-to-one relationship also can merge. and this portion of diagram is become one table. Okay, and this one to many relation, many to one relationship is combined together one table. So total 1, 2, 3, 3 tables required, 3 minimum tables required. Then let's see the foreign keys. Let's see the foreign keys now. So E1, A is a primary key and BC, okay, because of relationship R1, one foreign key required. Like assume attributes of R1, A1, A2, okay, so A1 is candidate key because of many to one mapping, A1 is candidate key. So the foreign key A2 is added to the relationship set. A2 attribute name can be anything, but it's a foreign key because of self-referential. Because of self-referential, this foreign key is added. Okay, so here this is the RDBMS table. This is RDBMS table for entity set E1 and relationship set R1. Next, now next entity set E2 and relationship set R4 and entity set E3 and relationship set R5 together is one table. Okay, and R3 also. R3 is one to many mapping, together one table. Okay, these attributes of this. Okay, so DEF attributes of this, DEF attributes of E2. Okay, next GHI is attributes of E3, and because of one to one mapping, D and G both are keys. D and G both are candidate keys, and this R5 is one to one mapping. Assume, okay, G1 and G2 attributes, okay, so then because of relationship R5, so one foreign key is required, either G1 or G2. This is foreign key because of one to one mapping. This foreign key is also one of the, okay, this foreign key is also one of the candidate key. That means G2 also candidate key here, and as well as foreign key. Then no foreign key is required for R4. Again, one foreign key required for R3. So R3 attributes are AD, and D is a candidate key, many side entity set key for the relationship set. This D is primary key for after combine, then foreign key A is added. This A is a foreign key. So foreign key A is added, which references to this foreign key A references to this E1. Okay, so because of R3 one foreign key, because of R5 one foreign key, and R4 not required any foreign key because entities are merges. Okay, then next third table is R2 AD composite key, AD combinedly candidate key, and here two foreign keys. Okay, A foreign key refers to first entity set, first table, and D foreign key refers to here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, total 5 foreign keys. Okay, total 5 foreign keys and okay 3 tables. So because of relationship R1, R2, 2 foreign keys separately stored, and this R1 required one foreign key, R3 required one foreign key, R5 required one foreign key, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, R4 not required any foreign keys. Total 5 foreign keys required and 3 tables required. Right? Nitish answered, Krishna answered, Vartika answered, Neeraj. Is this fine? Is this cleared? Okay, normalization question. If relation R is in 3NF, relation R in 3NF, and all candidate keys of relation are simple candidate keys, then relation is also in BCNF. Relation R is in 3NF and all candidate keys of the relation, okay, are simple candidate keys, then relation may not be CNF. Relation R is in 3NF but not in BCNF, then relation must have overlapped candidate keys. Relation R is in 3NF but not in BCNF, then relation must have at least 2 composite candidate keys. Praveen, Abhi, Neeraj, Pinku Krishna, Praveen Yadav. Okay, so this is one important scenario, okay, which you used to ask many times. Okay, see, if relation R is in 3NF, means no partial dependencies as well as no failure of the third normal form. No partial dependencies means 2NF is true and 3NF is also true. Relation is in 3NF, okay, and not BCNF, sorry, not BCNF, not in BCNF. Okay, 3NF but not in BCNF. To get this scenario, 3NF is true, BCNF is false. To get this scenario, okay, there must be non-trivial FD, proper subset of candidate key, determines proper subset of other candidate key, some other candidate key. This kind of non-trivial FD must exist in the relation, okay, must exists in relation R. 3NF but not BCNF means there should be this FD is failed for BCNF, this non-trivial FD failed for BCNF but allowed for 3NF, because the determiner is prime attribute candidate key, subset of candidate key, okay, is allowed for 3NF, but proper subset of candidate key determines proper subset of other key, So this determinant is not super key. So it is not allowed for BCNF. Okay. This is the only kind of FD which is satisfied for 3NF and failed for BCNF. If failed for 3NF, okay, and failed for BCNF, many other options. But satisfied for 3NF and failed for BCNF is only one option. Only one option. Satisfied for 3NF and failed for BCNF. Non-trivial FD. Non-trivial FD which is allowed in 3NF but not allowed in BCNF is only one option. Okay. Remaining FDs may fail for both 3NF and BCNF, may satisfy for both 3NF and BCNF. 3NF true, BCNF is false, means only one possible option. Okay. Now to form this kind of FD, must have overlapped candidate key or at least two composite keys. Okay, must have at least two composite keys. Okay, at least two composite keys must exist. Two composite candidate keys must exist. Because proper subset of one key determines proper subset of other key. Okay. So at least two composite candidate keys must exist in the relation. Then only it can possible to form this. Then only can possible to fail for BCNF if satisfied for 3NF. Okay. Then so and overlapped key means, okay, so some attribute common and remaining attributes are different. Those two composite keys is also overlapped keys. Okay, overlapped candidate keys also must exist. Overlapped candidate keys must exist in relation R. Must exist in relation R. Okay. So like example, simple example, assume relation R with the attributes A, B, C, D, and so ABC determines the D and D determines A. Okay. So ABC is one candidate key, ABC is one candidate key. So BCD is one candidate key. BCD one candidate key. If you observe this relation are in 3NF but not BCNF. This relation is in 3NF because ABC is super key. Okay, allowed for 3NF, D not super key but A is a prime attribute. Okay, these two are candidate keys. Okay, 3NF but not BCNF. 3NF but not in BCNF. Okay, and so if you observe in this example, okay, 3NF true but not in BCNF. Okay, so there exists one non-trivial FD, D determines A, which is proper subset of candidate key BCD, which is D determines A. Okay, so this D determines A failed for BCNF and satisfied for 3NF, failed for BCNF, satisfied for 3NF, means proper subset of key determines proper subset of other key. D proper subset of one key determines A proper subset of other key. So that means to form this kind of FD, two composite keys should be there. Two composite keys should be there. And overlapped candidate key means both these keys. Okay, so what is common? BC is common. Okay, so the BC common in two keys. Such a candidate keys are called overlapped candidate keys. Okay, so overlapped candidate keys also must exist. Okay, so hope you cleared this one. So now, so back to this above question. Now relation R is in 3NF, all candidate keys of relation are simple. If all candidate keys of relation is simple, then this kind of FD not possible. If composite keys are there, okay, so 3NF and okay, to form proper subset of key determines proper subset of other key must have two composite keys, but all candidate keys are simple. So this kind of FD not possible, then no chance to fail for BCNF. Okay, So A is a true statement and obviously B is false statement. Then 3n of but not BCn of, then relation must have overlapped keys, and 3n of but not BCn of, the relation must have composite keys. Okay, so that means answer to this question is ACD. ACD is answer. Okay, right? So overlapped candidate keys. See, overlapped candidate key means, so see, one candidate key is ABC, one candidate key is ABC, other candidate key is BCD. Okay, so here, so BCD only, na, right? A and D different. Okay, in this also BC attribute is there. Here two attributes BC is there. Two candidate keys with common attributes. Some common attributes in two candidate keys. Some common attributes BC. Two attributes, these two attributes common in both keys. These two attributes is common in both the keys. So that's why we call overlapped candidate keys. Okay. Right. Okay, so hope you understood. Just take as a note, take this like a note. And 3n of not having this kind of key, not having this kind of non-trivial FD, then it is a BCN of. Okay, so to form this kind of FD, it required at least two composite keys. If all simple candidate keys, if all candidate keys of the relation are simple candidate keys, then there is no chance of this kind of proper subset of key determines proper subset of other key. This kind of a non-trivial FD not exist and it is in 3n of. Such a relation is also going to be satisfied for BCN of, because the 3n of true, BCN of false is possible only in one case. Proper subset of key determines proper subset of some other key. This kind of non-trivial FD exists, that is allowed in 3n of but not allowed in BCN of, right? Okay, so normalization question mostly, okay, so you can able to answer easily, right? Just for idea. Okay, standard questions only, nothing new format here. Okay, so which might have seen many times before also. Okay, maybe data is different, just try it once. Which of the following relation cannot possible to decompose BCN of? Cannot possible to decompose BCN of with lossless join and dependency preserving? With lossless join and dependency preserving. So which is not possible to decompose, okay, without affecting lossless and dependency preserving? Okay, so BCN of decomposition and lossless join decomposition and dependency preserving decomposition. Okay, so which relation cannot possible to decompose like this? right? Which one is not possible to decompose, okay, into BCNF, okay, one by one. It's maybe if you do proper simplification, that means a procedure, then it may take little time because 4 subrelations, okay, 4 decompositions we need to do, okay. The first relation R with the attributes A, B, C, D, E, F, okay, and dependencies are AB determines the C, right? AB determines C, BC determines A, and AC determines B, and B determines D, and D determines the E. Okay. Now candidate keys are AB closure determines A, B, C, D, E. Okay. So F is not determined by AB. So ABF is one candidate key. Okay. BCF is one candidate key, and ACF is one candidate key. So these are the candidate keys. Okay. Definitely not 2NF also. Partial dependency is there. So D and E non-prime attributes. D and E non-prime attribute. B determines D. B determines D is partial dependency. So because of that, the given relation is 1NF but not in 2NF. 1NF but not in 2NF. Okay. To decompose into 2NF, okay, so to decompose into 2NF, this partial dependency should be separate table, okay. So direct BCNF decomposition also you can do, okay. All 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all 5 FDs failed for BCNF. So for 2NF decomposition required 2 tables. So BD separate table, BDE separate table, ABCF is separate table, okay. 2NF decomposition. 3NF decomposition required 3 tables, okay. So BD separate table, DE separate table, ACBF is separate table, okay. So that means the 2NF decomposition required minimum 2 tables, that is, okay, one subrelation is BDE, okay, and ABCEF. ABCF like this, okay. Lossless join and dependency preserving also, okay, because here B determines the D and D determines E. B is candidate key. Here AB determines C, BC determines D, and AC determines B, BC determines A, okay. Now ABF, BCF, ACF is the candidate keys, okay. Here B is the candidate key. So for 3NF decomposition it required 3 tables, okay. 3NF decomposition it required 3 tables. So BD is one table and DE is one table, okay. Then it's already in 3NF. ABCF is one table. ABCDEF, okay, right? Now here B determines the D and D determines the E. Here AB determines the C and BC determines the A and AC determines the B. Okay. So now BCNF failure happened for this third relation. So all 3 FDs are failed over ABC. So for BCNF it required one more extra table. Okay, BD is as it is, B is the key. So it is B determines the D, D is the key, D determines the E. Okay, that means ABCF, ABC is one subrelation. Okay, ABC one subrelation, that is AB determines the C and BC determines the A and AC determines the B. Okay. Now the remaining attribute F along with the candidate key. So ABF is become one candidate key, one subrelation. Okay. So now it is lossless join also, dependency preserving also, and BCNF also. Okay. So the first one possible to decompose. First one possible to decompose. Okay, without violating BCNF and lossless join and dependency preserving. Okay. Second one is also possible to decompose. So this given relation is in only 2NF, but if you decompose like this, one subrelation, if you decompose like one subrelation AB, A is a key, and other subrelation CD, other subrelation CD with C is the key, and other subrelation AC, AC composite key. Now if you decompose like three tables like this, now lossless join is satisfied, dependency preserving satisfied, and BCNF is also satisfied. Okay. Now now if you go for this, C determines AD failed for BCNF. Okay, C determines AD is failed for BCNF. In fact, C determines D is the partial dependency also, is a partial dependency also. That means if we decompose this relation with ABC is one table, okay, with ABC is one table. Now here AB determines the C and C determines the A, still it is not BCNF. Okay, now if you CA is one table, now it is satisfied for, okay, 3NF but not BCNF. It is satisfied for 3NF but not BCNF. Okay, the CD is in this relation. Okay, so this ABC is not satisfied for BCNF. Okay, C determines the D. Now if you decompose further, you should split this ABC into two subrelations, because C determines A failed for BCNF. Okay, so now if CA is separate table, means the C determines the A, C is the key, and BC is become one table and CD is become other table. Here C determines the D. Now it is BCNF, lossless join is true, BCNF is true, okay, but not dependency preserving. Okay, so AB determines C, dependency failed. AB determines C, dependency failed. So to preserve the dependency, okay, so it should be ABC should be one table, then it is not BCNF. If you decompose into BCNF and dependency is lost, this is not possible to decompose dependency preserving and BCNF. Okay, similarly same here, A, B, C, D, E, F, okay, and E determines A also. This is also not possible to decompose BCNF with dependency preserving. Okay, C and D answers. Okay, so C and D is not possible to decompose dependency preserving and BCNF decomposition. Please post your comment. Any more explanation required? So I decomposed A and B and C but D I not done calculation. Is it okay, or required calculations for D also? D also not possible to decompose into BCN of with dependency preservation. So let me know. Every question, so every question known topic, but there is some conceptual gap. So actually, whatever question I am selected here is little bigger conceptual, bigger deeper conceptual, or more deeper analysis, or like bigger calculations. Okay, so don't judge your potential, or don't judge your preparation so done so far with these questions. Okay, so this last moment question, just if I normal simple questions are standard normal questions as you already solved in PYQ and test series and class. Okay, so obviously you will not show any interest now. So we select the questions which has more conceptual, more so deeper knowledge. Okay, so it may be in actual gate question, it can be a 4 different questions. Okay, in one question may splits to 4 different questions, and that too maximum I am taken MSQ questions. Okay, just for practice. Okay, so but in examination is not like that, every question is not MSQ question. So even if you get the mistake of this GTQ session, okay, so don't think like your preparation is gap. Okay, your preparation may be accurate only. The questions which I am framing is more level, one more extra level than regularly given question in the exams. Okay. Raz. Next, normalization, I think, one more question. Okay. Now, the relation is given, decomposition is given. Which of the given decomposition lossless and BCN of decomposition? Both lossless and BCN of may not dependency preserving, but lossless and dependency preserving. Sorry, lossless and BCN of may not dependency preserving. MSQ question again. Almost except, I think, except one question. Okay, so either MSQ or numerical. Okay, mostly I included in this GTQ session. Okay. Okay, so see this one, this first relation. So common attribute is B, common attribute is B. Okay, B determines D. So it is lossless joint satisfied. Lossless joint satisfied. Dependency preservation. Okay, B determines the D. One FD here, one FD in the first relation. Then A determines BC also preserves here. E determines A also preserves here, and CD determines E. Okay, CD determines E. So for example, if you take the first relation R1 with BD and second relation R2 with ABCE. So B determines the D, one FD here non-trivial because D not determining the B in above FD set. So here, so A determines the BC, okay. So A determines E also because A determines BC and B determines the D, A determines BCD, CD determines E. So A determines E also. Next, B determines only D, so not A and not C, not E. C not determines any attribute. E determines A, that means E not only determines A, E also determines ABC. Okay, E determines A, A determines BC. Now, BC determines, B determines D and BC determines BCD and E to A. So BC also determines AE. Okay, these are the non-trivial FDs. So common attribute B, which is key for one table, lossless, and BCNF also. Okay, lossless and BCNF both true. First one. Okay, dependency preserving not true, but lossless and BCNF. Okay, now second one. So then R1 one subrelation with the attributes AE and R2 other subrelation with the attributes ABC, ABCD. Okay, here E determines A, and A determines E also. Both A and E is the keys. Okay, so because A determines BCDE and E determines A, so two non-trivial FDs here, and here A determines BCD and B determines the D, and BC is determines AD also. Because BC determines every attribute. Okay, next. So AB, BC, D not determines any other attribute. Okay, so CD determines AB also. These are the non-trivial FDs. Okay, these are non-trivial FDs. So A, BC, CD is BCNF, but B determines D failed for BCNF because candidate keys of the subrelation A is one candidate key, BC is one candidate key, and CD is one candidate key. Now B determines D failed for BCNF. Okay, this is lossless and BCNF first one. Okay, and second one. Okay, so second one lossless join, but not BCNF. And third relation, R1 one subrelation ABD and R2 other subrelation ACE. So A determines BD. Okay, so B determines the D, but B not determining the A. Okay, now here A determines the CE, E determines AC, C not determines any other attribute. Okay, so here common attribute is A, which is key for both the table. It is also lossless join decomposition. B determines D failed for BCNF. Okay, it is not BCNF. Next, this fourth one. So R1 one subrelation with CDE, R2 other subrelation with ABE. Okay, so here CD is also determines E. Okay, because CD determines E, one FD. E determines CD also. But only C not determines anything, only D not determines anything. Okay, these are the two non-trivial FDs. Then here A determines BE A determines every attribute including B and E, and so E determines AB because E also determines every attribute. So now B determines the D, but A not E. Okay, B not determines A or E. Okay, so this is common attribute is, which is common attribute here? E is a common attribute which is key for both the table. So it is lossless join is satisfied, and BCNF also satisfied. Answer to this question is AD. Both lossless join and BCNF. Right, good question, right? So it's something related to the more almost equivalent to 4 questions. Okay. Next, B tree and B plus tree, it's standard model question only, nothing much new form here, but just order definition is little different here. Okay, order P of B tree and B plus tree, node. Okay, if block size 2048 bytes, search key is 20 bytes, block pointer 25 bytes, record pointer 25 bytes. Order P is, okay, between 1 to 2p keys for root node, between P to 2p keys for other than root node, P to 2p keys. So is the order definition. So order P is 1 to 2p keys for root. Okay, P to 2p keys for other nodes, for other than root. What is best possible order of B plus tree and B tree? For B tree one order only, for B plus tree internal node and leaf node 2 different orders, but here record pointer size 25 bytes, block pointer size also 25 bytes. Because of record pointer size, block pointer size same. Okay, so record pointer, block pointer same size. If record pointer equal to block pointer, okay, record pointer size equal to block pointer size. Okay, then B plus tree internal node order equal to B plus tree leaf node order. B plus tree internal node order, equal to B plus tree leaf node order. Okay, so B plus tree also one order for this question. So you do the calculations, I also do calculations parallelly. Okay. Now if you take B3 node, so node 2048 bytes block, 2048 bytes block is allocated for B3 node. Okay, 2048 bytes block is allocated for B3 node. Okay, so assume the order P either for root or others, maximum 2p keys, maximum 2p keys per node. Okay, one node can accommodate at most 2p keys. So if it is a B tree, if 2p keys, okay, 2p keys, every key should pair with the record pointer. Every key should pair with that record pointer. 2p keys in one node, it means 2p record pointers also should be there. In B3 node, every key should pair with record pointer. So plus block pointers one more than the keys, block pointer one more than the key, then 2p plus 1 is become block pointers. This total size should not exceed the block size. Okay, so the 2p plus 1 block pointers, 2p keys and 2p record pointers at most in one node. Okay, so in one block can accommodate at most 2p keys and 2p record pointers, 2p plus 1 block pointers. So best possible p means, okay, we need to see maximum possible p. Okay, so substitute the p values. Okay, substitute the key size given 20 bytes, such key is 20 bytes and record pointer 50 bytes plus 2p plus 1 block pointer is also 25 bytes, block size is 2048 bytes. Okay, so record pointer 25 bytes, 20 record pointer 25 bytes. Okay. So 2p key size 20 bytes, record pointer 25 bytes, 2p plus 1 block pointer 25 bytes, block size 2048 bytes. This is 45 multiplied with 2. Okay, that means it is 90p. Okay, 45 into 2. Okay, 90p and this is 50p. Right, 2p into 25. So 90 plus 50 is 140, right? 140 times p less than equal to, okay, 2048 minus this plus 25 is minus 25. So maximum possible p 2048 minus 25, okay, minus 25 divided by 140 floor value. Okay. So 2048 minus 25 divided by 140, 45 into 2 90 and this is 50, right, 140. So 14.45, so floor value is 14. So B3 order is 14. So I think option A. Okay, so because this the B plus 3 no other order is true. B plus 3 order probably 22, just check it once. Okay, B plus 3 you can check, go for internal node or leaf node, any one. B plus 3 if leaf node or internal node, both you will get the same. So leaf node maximum 2p keys. Okay, so leaf node 2p keys means 2p record pointers, 2p record pointers, one block pointer required, should be less than equal to block size. Okay, should be less than equal to block size. This is for leaf node. 2p keys and 2p record pointers at most for one node and one block pointer. So 2p and key is 25 bytes and record pointer is 25 bytes plus block pointer 25 bytes less than equal to block size is 2048 bytes. Block size is 2048 bytes, and this is 45 into 2 90p less than equal to 2048 minus 25. So maximum possible p 2048 minus 25 divided by 90. Okay, a floor value. Two 2048 minus 25 divide by 90. $22 point something, floor value is 22. Option A, B3 order and B plus 3 order. So B3 p value 14, B plus 3 p value 22. Okay. So 14p maximum 2p keys means maximum, okay, 28 keys, maximum 28 keys and 28 plus 1 29 block pointers. Okay. So p value 14 for B3 and 22 for B plus 3. Right. So similar model question you might have solved, but only difference is the order is defined differently here. Okay. A node capable to store at most 2p keys. For order p, node capacity is at most 2p keys is the definition. For order p, node capacity is at most 2p keys. So that means we should consider 2p keys at most can accommodate in one node. Okay, it means 2p keys and record pointer for B plus 2 leaf node, one block pointer should accommodate in the block size. Okay. Any doubt on this question? Right. How many maximum and minimum internal nodes in B plus 3 of order P is 9, order P is 9 and 2048 leaf nodes, 2048 leaf nodes B plus 3. If 2048 leaf nodes and order P is between 1 to 2p keys, okay, 1 to 2p keys for root, between 1 to 2p keys for root node and p to 2p keys for other than root node, p to 2p keys. Okay. So maximum and minimum internal nodes, like a numerical value for maximum internal nodes and numerical value for minimum internal nodes. Okay. So just post your comment which method should be used. Leaf nodes are given to construct internal nodes of B plus 3, which method should be used? If leaf nodes are given to construct number of internal nodes of B plus 3, if leaf nodes are given to construct number of internal nodes of B plus 3, which method should be used? Post your comment. Okay, in B plus 3, okay, if number of leaf nodes are given in the question, to compute minimum or maximum internal nodes, okay, minimum or maximum internal nodes, to compute minimum internal nodes or maximum internal nodes, which method should be used? Post your comment. Ashutosh Misra, very good. we should go for bulk loading B plus tree. We should use the bulk loading B plus tree. Okay. So, if number of leaf nodes given, okay, and to compute minimum or maximum number of internal nodes or minimum or maximum number of, okay, so leaf nodes, levels of internal nodes. How many minimum or maximum internal nodes? If leaf nodes are given, you should use the bulk loading B plus tree. Bulk loading B plus tree. Vartika should use bulk loading B plus tree. Okay. So, total number of leaf nodes 2048 leaf nodes. Okay. maximum internal nodes, it means each node should occupy minimum fill factor. Okay. Maximum internal nodes should be, it means that each node should be as least as possible. Okay. So, minimum fill factor. Okay, each node filled with minimum, okay, then the number of nodes are become maximum, right? So, because 2048 leaf nodes, to point 2048 leaf nodes, it required 2048 block pointers. Okay, 2048 block pointers. Okay, so if 2048 block pointers and minimum fill factor, one node can accommodate, internal node, one root minimum 1 key, other nodes minimum p keys. Minimum p keys means p is given 9. Okay, so that means each node, okay, minimum 9 keys. 9 keys means 10 block pointers. 10 block pointers per node except root. Okay, except root. Minimum 9 keys and 10 block pointers. So, internal node design of bulk loading B plus tree. Okay, so internal nodes are distributed based on pointers. Okay, one node can accommodate minimum 10 pointers. Okay, so because minimum pointers are 10, you should take the floor, not seal. Okay, because we are considering minimum filling factor. So 204 nodes here, and those 204 nodes, okay, so 204 nodes, it required 204 block pointers. 204 block pointers, one node can accommodate. So minimum 10 pointers. 204 divided by 10, it means it become 20 block pointers, 20 nodes. Okay, so 20 nodes. Here also 20 nodes and 20 block pointers. 20 block pointers in previous level. Okay, so 20 block pointers in previous level. So 20, every node can accommodate 10 block pointers. Okay, it required 2 nodes. Okay, so 2 block pointers at the root level. Okay, 2 block pointers at the root level, root need not be minimum 9 keys and 10 block pointers. Root can be minimum 1 key and 2 block pointers. So this is one node, which is the root node. Okay, which is root node, right? So now, so 204 plus 23. Okay, 204 plus 23. Okay, so 204, these all become internal nodes. These all become internal nodes. Okay, 24, 26, 27, right? 24, 26, 27. 227 internal nodes maximum. Okay, it is two questions actually, so we need to calculate minimum internal nodes also. Minimum internal nodes. Minimum internal nodes means we need to take the maximum fill factor. Maximum fill factor. Maximum fill factor means a node can accommodate at most 2 p keys. P is 9. That means maximum, okay, maximum 9 2s are 9, P9 and 2 p keys. So maximum 18, 9 2s are 18 keys and 19 block pointers. 18 keys and 19 block pointers per node. Per node 18 keys and 19 block pointers. Then leaf nodes are 2048. Okay, 2048 leaf nodes. Okay, 2048 leaf nodes. To point 2048 leaf nodes, it required 2048 block pointers. Okay, 2048 block pointers, one node can accommodate at most 19 block pointers. Because we are taken maximum filling factor, you should take the seal value here. Okay, 2048 divided by 19. Okay, 2048 divided by 19. It is seal value, na 108. 108 nodes. So 108 nodes in previous level. In previous level, 108 block pointers. 108 block pointers. 108 divided by 19 block pointers per node. Okay. Seal value is 6 nodes. Okay, 6 nodes means previous level it required 6 block pointers. 6 block pointers it required the one node. Okay. Right. So the total internal nodes, okay, so 108 plus 7, so 115 internal nodes minimum. So maximum, okay, maximum 227 internal nodes, minimum 115 internal nodes. Two questions actually. Okay. Right. Okay, so again you solve one more time, do the calculations and try to understand this. Okay, so I'm just leaving this question for practice, same as previous question. So previously leaf nodes are already given, so here you need to calculate leaf nodes also. Keys only given here also bulk loading. If keys given, to find minimum or maximum node levels are nodes, to find minimum or maximum levels are nodes, it is also you should use bulk loading B plus tree. Okay, bulk loading B plus tree concept should be used. Okay, you want to do it now or similar concept of previous question? So the difference is previously leaf nodes are given, but here we should calculate leaf nodes also and then calculate internal nodes. Should calculate leaf nodes also. First you need to calculate leaf nodes and then calculate internal nodes. Okay, so more or less similar to the previous question. Leaf nodes calculation based on keys per node, internal node calculation based on pointers per node. Okay, so try this one as a practice question. Now it is related to B tree. Last 2-3 questions related to B plus tree. Now with B tree. Consider B tree with order P is 7. Consider B tree with order P is 7. Maximum possible block pointers in B tree node. P 7 maximum block pointers in one node. 7 maximum block pointers in one node. If keys 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, up to so on, okay, are inserted into initially empty B tree in sequence order, in the given sequence order 1, 2, 3, 4 in sequence order, which is the first key insertion leads to level 4 B tree, which is the first key insertion leads to level 4 B tree, which is the first key insertion leads to right. Now see, maximum 7 block pointers means 6 keys. Okay, 6 keys can accommodate in one node, means first 6 keys not required any splitting, first node can accommodate 6 keys. The insertion of key 7 becomes second level, key 7 insertion, okay, leads to two levels. Okay, leads to two levels. So now middle key 4, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, middle key 4. Okay, now the root is becomes, okay, root becomes, okay, key 4 is the root, and one leaf node, and this is the second leaf node. Okay, these keys are 1 2 3 and 5 6 7. Key 7 insertion leads to, okay, two levels. Now next key in the sequence 8 9 insertion not required to split. 8 9 insertion not required to split. The insertion of 10 required to split the node. Okay, split the node. That means if you split the node, okay, insertion of 8 9 10, 3 more keys can accommodate. Insertion of 8 9 10, 3 more keys insertion not required to split, because 6 keys can accommodate. Insertion of 11 need to split this node. That means 4 more keys insertion, because already this last leaf node 3 keys. Already 3 keys. Okay, next 4 more keys insertion. Has to be split the leaf node. Okay, has to be split the leaf node. If you split the leaf node, then middle key is go to the root, means one more key come to the root. Okay, one more key come to the root. This 9 10 11 become next node. That means 4 keys insertion, one more time the last leaf node gets splits. Next 4 keys insertion. Okay, next 4 keys insertion, fourth key insertion, one more time leaf gets splits. Then one more key come to the root. Okay, next 4 keys insertion, one more time leaf gets splits. Okay, one more key come to the root. Okay, next 4 keys. Okay, next 4 keys insertion, one more time leaf gets splits. One more key come to the internal node. Okay, next 4 keys insertion. Okay, one more time leaf node gets splits. One more key come to this internal node. Now this root node becomes 6 keys. Still root node not splits. Okay, next 4 keys insertion. One more time leaf node gets splits. Then one more key required to insert in the internal node. In that case, this internal node has to be split. Okay, this internal node has to be split. If in not only internal node, it's also root node. If root node gets splits, then it becomes 3 level. If root node gets splits, then it becomes third level, 3 levels. Okay, so now that means 1 2 3 4 5 6 4 24. Okay, so 24 keys inserted from 8. From 8, 24 keys inserted. That means 7 plus 24. Key 31. Okay, so key 31 insertion become 3 levels. Key 31 insertion become 3 levels. Okay, key 7. Okay, insertion leads to 2 levels. Then key next one, what is that? Key 31 insertion leads to 3 levels. Then now it become 3 levels. So like assume the next 12, key 12, key 14, 4 8 12 16 20, okay, 24 28 leads to split. Then 16 become overall root. The resulted tree not required, just for idea. Okay, now root is consists 16 is the root. It is a 3 level means here, okay, 3 keys already exist. Okay, 3 keys already exist because this internal node is splits na. So 12, okay, so 12 become 16 become root, 20, 24, 28. So here 3 keys. Here 3 keys and 3 keys, 4 leaf nodes, it is pointed to 4 leaf nodes. Okay, and like this. Now again same scenario, already 3 keys are there, already 3 keys are there, and this last leaf node is also 3 keys, last leaf node is also 3 keys, last splitting. Okay, so again 4 keys inserted, 4 keys inserted, then one more key come to this internal node, 4 more keys insertion is one more key come to here, then fifth key in this internal node, 4 more key insertion and the sixth key come to this internal node. Next 4 key insertion is one more time leaf node gets splits, one more key has to be inserted in internal node. Now this internal node is split, second level node is splits, second level node is splits means one more key come to the root, one more key come to the root. That means next 16 keys insertion, next 16 keys insertion after 31 already, till 31 already keys are there. After 1 to 31, next 16 keys insertion, 16 keys insertion leads to second key in the root. Next 16 keys insertion leads to third key in the root. Next 16 keys insertion leads to fourth key in the root. Next 16 keys insertion leads to, okay, so fifth key in the root. Next 16 keys insertion leads to sixth key in the root. Now root is fully occupied. Next 16 keys insertion leads to, okay, one more key in the root, one more key in the root. So that means root gets splits again. Root gets splits again. If root splits again, then it become 4 level. Now it is 3 level, it become 4 level. That means already 31 keys are there. From 31, after 31, 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16, 6 ja, okay, 16, 6 ja, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, 16 multiplied with 6, okay. After 31, these many keys insertion in the sequence leads to next level, okay, this leads to next level. So how much is this? After 31, 127, that means key 127 leads to, key 127 insertion leads to fourth level, okay, leads to the fourth level, okay. So the answer to this question is the key 127 insertion, key 127 insertion, it become fourth level B plus tree, fourth level B tree, right? So this kind of analytical questions, okay, numerical question which involves analysis, because we can't keep on insert the keys, okay, you should generalize, you should observe that already last leaf node 3 keys are there, so next 3 keys not required to split because node can accommodate 6 keys, okay. So next 4 keys insertion into this last leaf node, okay, leads to splitting of the leaf node. If you split the leaf node, the middle key go to internal node, okay. So previously internal node consists 1 key, okay. So here, so previously internal node, this internal node consists 3 keys, this internal node, second level internal node consists 3 keys, okay. Next 4 keys insertion, split the leaf node, one more key to the internal node, okay. So that means fourth key, fifth key, sixth key, 4 keys, 4 times 4 keys, 4 times 4 keys in the third level insertion leads to, okay, this second level node splitting. Second level node splits means, okay, one more key added to the root. That means if we insert 16 keys, then one more key came to the third root level, okay. then next 16, next 16, next 16, like that root should become okay already full, and that means root is also become 6 keys. The next 16 keys insertion, root has to be split, and root is splits third time, next time root is splits, okay, then already 3 level tree, root is splits means it become 4th level, okay. After 31 keys, 16 6 these many keys inserted, okay, is leads to next level, okay. Okay, Raz is given for 5th level also, very good. He is saying for 5th level 511 probably, okay, because it is already almost getting 2 power, okay, so lead 2nd level, okay, 7, 3rd level 31, 4th level 127, okay, so it is power of 2 minus 1, maybe 511 is becomes the 5th level, check it once, okay. So possibly 511 is becomes the key insertion become 5th level, okay. Okay, first you do it simple queries only, okay. Queries in the exam simple logical, mathematical logical. So for queries you need to understand set theory, okay. So now let me read out the question to save the time. Consider given relational schema, okay, and relational algebra query. So suppliers relation SID primary key, these are all suppliers, okay. So pots relation PID is primary key, okay, these are all pots, okay, and this attribute is misprinted, okay, because in the query I used the color, okay, this attribute is, okay, color, okay, this at SID PID, this attribute is cost, okay, the schema small change, okay, PID P name, okay, PID P name and color, and SID PID and cost, but anyhow we are not using these other attributes, okay. Supplies relation SID primary key, pots relation PID primary key, and catalog relation SID PID combinedly primary key, okay. Project SIDs of these are all suppliers, okay. The suppliers relation consists all suppliers, okay. These are all pots, these are suppliers supplied pot, suppliers supplied some pot, at least one pot, okay. SIDs of the suppliers minus SIDs of the catalog natural join with red color pots, okay. So what is the result of given relational algebra query? Ashutosh option B, Gauranshi B, Vartika says C. Catalog and pots. Common attribute PID there, na? PID is there. catalog and pots, common attribute PID is there, pot ID. So join behaves like sum any at least one. Okay. So catalog natural join with red pots. Catalog natural join with red pots means catalog pot ID should be equal to at least one red pot ID. Okay. So this natural join makes sure that this catalog record pot ID should be equal to at least one pot ID of the red pot. That means these SIDs are SIDs who supplied some red pot. SIDs of the suppliers who supplied some red pot. Okay, SIDs who supplied some red pot. This one, this part of the query. SIDs supplied some red pot. Okay, these are subtracting from SIDs of the suppliers. SIDs of the suppliers means it is all suppliers. Okay, these are SIDs of all suppliers. SIDs of all suppliers minus SIDs who supplied at least one red pot. Okay, supplier who supplied at least one red pot. Supplier who supplied at least one red pot should eliminate from all suppliers. Okay, the result is C. Supplier who not supplied any pot also in the result. Supplier who not supplied any pot also in the result, and supplier who supplied only non-red pots, not supplied any red pot, is also in the result. Okay. So it means that supplier who supplied some non-red pot is not correct. Okay, it is not correct. Supplier not supplied any red pot, right? Okay, who is not supplied any red pot, not supplied at least one red pot. Okay, so what the difference between not supplied any red pot, what the difference between who supplied only non-red pots? Okay, who supplied only non-red pots, is these two are same or different? Who not supplied any red pot, not supplied at least one red pot also. Okay, who supplied only non-red pot, both are same or different? Okay, why not C? right, okay, who supplied only non-red pot means, okay, so he has to be supplied at least one non-red pot but not any red pot, okay. So but this query may returns the supplier who not supplied any pot also, okay. So the supplier who not supplied any red pot, okay, who not supplied any red pot may not supplied any pot or may supplied only non-red pots, but here, okay, so supplier who supplied only some red pot, okay, that means which excludes, means say supplier he has to be supply non-red but not any red, okay. So both are small difference is there. So for example, this query means SID is supplied, okay. So this is the second query, okay. So to get the answer to this query, we have to take catalog SIDs. If I take SIDs supplied some pot, SIDs supplied some pot, at least one pot, okay, any pot, but not supplied, remove SID supplied some red pot, SIDs supplied some red pot, okay. Now this become SID who supplied only non-red pot. So answer to this question is only B, right. So query questions almost more or less like this only, similar structures, okay. So other than this structure, they give the data set and ask you to find number of records, okay. That kind of question easily you can able to do, okay. Now consider the following relational schema. Suppliers SID, same database, suppliers SID is primary key, pots PID is primary key, and catalog SID PID is combinedly primary key. Select distinct T1 pot IDs from catalog T1, okay. Select distinct T1 pot ID from catalog T1 where not exist. Select T2 SID from catalog T2 where same pot ID different supplier ID, okay. What is result of this SQL query, okay, what is result of this given SQL query, okay, which retrieves the PIDs of the pot supplied by, PIDs of the pots supplied by, PIDs of the pots supplied by two suppliers, at least two different suppliers, okay, at most two suppliers, only one supplier. Raj D, Ashutosh Mishra B, Vartika B, Neeraj Kumar. Okay. see, same pot, different supplier. That means this inner query result is not empty. Okay, inner query result is not empty if that pot has supplied two suppliers. Okay, this inner query result is not empty, that pot has supplied at least two suppliers. Okay, this inner query is not empty, this inner query is not empty. Okay, if T1 PID, this pot ID has supplied by at least two suppliers, by at least two suppliers. Okay, if this is not empty, the inner query result is not empty, not exist is false, that pot is eliminate. That means we eliminate the pot. Okay, if that pot has supplied by at least two suppliers. Okay, from catalog. So that means catalog means the every pot of the catalog has supplied by some supplier, at least one supplier, and from the pots which is supplied by at least one supplier, is eliminating pots which has supplied by at least two suppliers. That means this mathematical expression becomes, set theory expression becomes, okay, pot ID supplied by some supplier, pot ID supplied by some supplier. Okay, but not pot ID supplied at least two suppliers. Pot ID supplied at least two suppliers. Pot ID supplied by some supplier, but not pot ID supplied at least two suppliers. It means pot ID supplied only one supplier. Pot ID supplied only one supplier. Okay, this is equal to pot IDs at least one but not at least two. Pot IDs supplied by, okay, supplied by only one supplier. Sunil Kumar. Right? So Sunil Kumar asking how count star 0 tuples. See, count star, if it is in selection, if it is in select class, if select class consists count star consists in select class. Okay, not in inner query. Okay, means in inner query somewhere some count star is there, so it may behaves differently, means the idea may be different. Okay, so outer query in selection count star is exist. Okay, count star is exist. So from some tables, okay, anything where condition having anything where condition, okay, whatever the condition it is, okay, if all the records of relation fail the condition, assume that if all the records of relation fail the condition, if fail the condition, okay, then count star value is 0, count star value is 0, okay, that means value of the count star is 0 if all the records fail the condition. Count star value is 0, value is 0 not means the 0 tuples, okay, one tuple, this is one tuple, but the tuple integer value, numerical value of the tuple, that numerical value of one tuple, okay, is 0, okay. So this is not a 0 tuples, okay, value of the tuple is 0, okay. So it is not treated as empty, it is not empty, it is not empty, okay. It means not empty means this result of not only count star, any aggregate function result never be empty. Aggregate function along with the grouping, number of records is number of groups. Aggregate function without grouping, number of records is 1, okay, one record in the result, okay. So the one record is there, but the value of record is 0, okay. So for example some x is there, okay. So 2 records are there, values are 2, 3. How many records here? 2 records. What are values? One record value is 2 and one record value is 3. Now how many records? 3 records. 3 records. One record value 2, one record value 3, one record value 0. Okay. Similarly, here one record is there. The result is one record, one tuple, but the numerical value of the tuple is 0. So unnecessary confusing 0 with 1, 1 with 0, nothing like that, okay. So difference between exactly one suppliers, only one suppliers, both are same, exactly one, okay, only one, both are same. Okay, exactly one and both are one, only both are same, okay. Only one supplier or exactly one supplier, meaning is same, okay. This value, assume that under assumption, okay, all the records of table fail the condition, then count star value is 0, count star value is 0, but the result is not empty, because this is one record, result is treated as one record, okay. So one record exists, that numerical value of the record is 0, numerical value of the record is 0. In this way, aggregate function never returns empty record result, aggregate function never returns empty result, okay. So I think these days so many messages came, count star, okay, 0, how it is a one tuple, like that, okay. So tuple, when you will see it is, okay, empty or not empty, when you use the not exist, when you use some function, the function is behaves differently for empty and not empty, that kind of scenario you should treat like not empty. But when you are comparing with other attribute value, okay, assume that when you are dealing with the exist, now it is not for see, because not empty means exist is true. But when you are dealing with some comparison here, outer query you are comparing x greater than, now while comparing it is not treated like empty, okay, it is treated like x greater than 0. So it depends on query to query, the idea is changes, okay. So the right, but this is not related to above question, some are posted in the comment box, that's why I am explaining this, okay. So if any further clarification, let me know. Now, it is little lengthy question. Okay, so pots catalog 2 tables. So pots catalog 2 tables. Select distinct supplier IDs from catalog T1. From catalog T1 where not exist. Where not exist. Select pots P. Okay, where pot color is red or green, either pot color either red or green, and not exist that pot has supplied by some supplier. Okay. Now what the result of this query? Difference between not in and not exist. So not, see, in function behaves like membership test. In function behaves like membership test. Okay, so that means it is logically testing equal to someone, true or not. Equal to some is true or not is the in function. In function behaves like membership. Is it equal to someone or not? Okay. Exist function. Okay. Exist function is tests result of inner query not empty or not. Empty or not empty. Okay. Empty or not empty. That means the both purpose is different. See, in function queries can rewrite by exist function queries may possible to rewrite by in some time. Okay, but the idea is different here. Here we are testing value equal to someone or not. Okay, that is in function. The exist function test result of inner query empty or not. Okay, this exist function tests result of inner query empty or not. Empty or not. Okay, so this in function used for equi-join queries. In function used for equi-join queries. This exist function can be used for any conditional join queries. Any conditional join queries. Similarly, not in function. Okay, not in function. Okay, value should not belongs to means it should not be equal to everyone, true or false. Not equal to everyone in the inner query set, true or false is the not in means. Okay, not exist, it means the inner query result empty or not empty. Okay, so inner query result if empty, not exist is true. Inner query result is not empty, not exist is false. Not exist is true if inner query result is empty. Okay, if result of inner query at least one record, a result of inner query not empty, result of inner query if it is empty, okay, then this not exist is true, otherwise not exist is false. So exist and not exist is meant for to test result of inner query empty or not empty. In and not in to test value belongs to someone in the inner query result, a value should not belongs to someone in the inner query result. In and not in meant for membership test, right? Right, let's move to this question. Okay, now not exist red or green pot, not exist red or green pot, not exist red or green pot which not supplied by this supplier. Okay, not exist, this should be empty, this should be empty. Okay, empty, it means then only this not exist is true. Okay, not exist either red or green pot which is not supplied by the supplier, which is not supplied by the supplier. Okay, so that means no red or green pot which is not supplied by the supplier. It means that the supplier has supplied every red pot and every green pot. Okay, so you can read like this: retrieving SIDs of catalog, retrieving SIDs of catalog such that okay not exists any red or green pot, any red or green pot which is not supplied by supplier, which is not supplied by supplier. Okay, so it means that supplier has supplied every red and every green pot. Okay, the supplier has supplied every red and every green pot. Okay, so moving forward, further question. Okay, this is the numerical question. Okay, standard form question only. Mostly you will I think you might have solved this question. So RSTU, 4 tables are given. Okay, number of records, maximum records in the result of natural join, maximum records in the result of natural join of these 4 tables, maximum records in the result of natural join of these 4 tables. Next, in between 2 tables join or X for 1 record. So Vartika, I not able to understand what you mean to ask. Okay, please send your doubt to my WhatsApp number. So paper difficulty, because last year compared to last year, okay, 2025, okay, so 2025, okay, is one of the most easiest paper, okay, too easy paper, right? So that's why, so topper got 100 out of 100 marks also. Okay, so that's too easy paper, like too small, simple questions. Okay, so except few questions, obviously gate means some few questions are obviously moderate and more difficult. So compared to 2025 paper, compared to 2025 paper, okay, so probably this year, okay, compared to this paper, definitely more okay, difficult. Okay, not too difficult, I mean to say. Okay, so difficult than 2025, it is by default. Difficult than, okay, 2025 is damn sure, because that is such a easy paper. Okay, difficult than 2025. Okay, that is guarantee. Okay, because see there is a COVID time. During the COVID time, not only GATE exam, overall most of the exams, okay, so like so IIT, JEE, NEET, okay, most of the exam difficulty level slightly reduced. Okay, so during COVID effect and other things, but now from last year, so IIT, JEE, NEET, and they increase the difficulty level. Okay, so we are expected last year also difficult paper in GATE, but I am sure compared to 2025, difficulty level of 2026 is slightly more, but at the same time, okay, it's not going to be too difficult, too lengthy also. So these days not about the lengthy or too difficult questions to bigger questions. Okay, so too tricky questions. Okay, so that's the reason maximum questions I explained today, and even in the class more conceptual tricky questions. Okay, so completely pattern of grade changes a lot. Okay, so 4 years before what we teach is different, and now what we teach is different. Okay, 2 years before, okay, what we teach is different, now what we teach is different in the classes also. Okay, so gate pattern completely changes. Okay, 4 years before notes or 4 years, okay, before content, it's definitely not going to be works for the new trends. Okay, so now during COVID the situation is like a little easier paper. Okay, so the compared to 2025, 2026 definitely going to be more, okay, difficult, but at the same time it need not be too difficult and all like that. So okay, not lengthy questions they are stop giving in the GATE exam. Previously they used to give very big lengthy questions and too much calculations and all. So too tricky, conceptual, MSQ. Okay, so these kind of conceptually should study. Okay, so whatever those who are enrolled and those who are taken course from the Made Easy, whatever you are taken in Made Easy class notes, okay, of the recent courses is sufficient. Just thorough with the, okay, so every class which we discussed in the class and revise properly, and it is sufficient. It is sufficient for your examination. Okay. Yeah, probably I want to join. Yeah, Pune, every location, same team we come, same team. Okay, whoever teaches in Delhi, same team member of CS is teaches in Pune, and same team member only teaches in Jaipur, same team members only teaches in Bhopal. Okay, so whoever teaches in Delhi, same, there is no, okay, two faculties for any subject in computer science. Okay, so I myself teaches everywhere for my subjects, and same thing for every other subject also. Okay, so bye. WhatsApp number, okay, I think I shared yesterday. Okay, at last I will share. Okay, so now what is the answer to this question? Probably 2024 or 2000, okay, so 1920, okay, that level difficulty. So 2019-20, okay, that level difficulty. Okay, so comparatively 2025, damn sure it's going to be next level, high level. Okay, so during COVID issues, or maybe because most of the coachings are online only, what's the education department think of it, but that's the reason they may reduce the difficulty level, not only for GATE and many other competitive exams. Slowly they are migrating to the previous standards. Okay, so already you might have seen NEET and other exams, they are, okay, back to the previous level. Okay, so now, but one more small conclusion is, okay, study conceptually, not blindly solve the problems. Okay, it's not required to be too much shortcuts for GATE. Okay, so conceptually should understand. Conceptual and analytical questions. Okay, now, so if common attribute, if you join these two, common attribute key for R and not key for, okay, not distinct for T. Okay, then joint result is number of records for which common attribute is not key, okay, not distinct. So R A is unique. For R relation A is unique. Okay, for T relation AE combinedly unique. Okay, this joint result, okay, one record of R can satisfy many records of T because this A may not be distinct, and each record of T should satisfy joint condition with one record of R. That means if 50 tuples here and here 80 tuples are there, this join is not more than 80 tuples. That means this R join S, okay, R join T, okay, key is AE, the result is become 80 tuples. Result is become 80 tuples. Then E is key for S table. E is key for S table. E distinct for S relation. E not distinct for R relation. Okay, same like before. Each record of this result, this R join T result can satisfy joint condition with one record of S, but one record of S can satisfy joint condition with many records of this result. Okay, that means this join is not more than 80 records. That means this three table join, okay, RST maximum 80 records. R join S join T, okay, max 80 records. Max 80 tuples. And here there is no common attribute. After joining this A, B, C, D, E, F, G, okay, A, F, G with AE is the key, and here, okay, so D is common attribute, D is there, not like no common attribute, common attribute D is there. D not key for this joint result, D not key for this joint result. So maximum can be, okay, every result of the cross product. Okay, that means this R S T, R join S join T, R join S join T, result is okay. So AE is combinedly key, remaining attributes are not keys. B, C, D, okay, E, F, G. Okay, this is the result of three tables. Then U relation, this U relation, the keys are D, G, H. H is the key for this. Okay, so D is common attribute now, which is not key for anyone. The here join is equal to cross product. 80 multiply with this 10 tuples. Total it become 800 records. Total 800 tuples in the result of join. Now see, simple question. Okay, so T1 reads A transactions. Okay, this is not for DA students. Okay, so those who are writing both CS and DA, this is also part of the syllabus. Otherwise, it is not for DA students. This is only for CS. Okay, so transaction question. So T1 reads A, in between T2 writes A. T1 writes A 2 times, in between T2 reads A. Okay, so which is correct? Is it serializable or not? Okay, view serializable but not conflict serializable, and both are not view serializables also, both are not conflict serializables also. S2 is view serializable schedule. Okay, so answer this one. Thank you, Jadhav. Divya Raj, previous note concept is same as, no, the previously we used to focus more about problems, but now we have to focus more about the, okay, so subjective and conceptual questions, okay. So a lot change in the concept, okay. So right. What the answers? C and D. Both not conflict serializable and S2 is view serializable. Okay. See, this is called, okay, this is called unrepeatable read problem. There is a separate name for this problem. Okay, unrepeatable read problem. What is mean by unrepeatable read problem? A transaction reading the data 2 times, and transaction reading the data 2 times, but values seen both the reads not equal. Value retrieved for both reads not equal, because in between other transaction updates the data. Value seen by both the reads is not same. Okay, this is called unrepeatable read problem. Unrepeatable read problem. Okay, so it is neither non-serializability, it is not serializable, not serializable, isolation failure. Okay, it means neither conflict serializable nor view serializable. Not conflict serializable schedule also, as well as not view serializable schedule also. Okay, so if transaction reads the data more than once, okay, transaction reads the data more than once, if values seen by both the reads are not same, okay, it means it is non-serializable. Okay, that is leads to unrepeatable read problem. It is not equal to any serial result. It is not equal to the result of any serial. Okay, so same thing. So it is write read conflict. Okay, the second schedule suffering with write read conflict, irrecoverable. Okay, sorry, not irrecoverable. So the non serializable because of write read conflict. So here transaction updates the data 2 times. T1 writes A and T1 writes A 2 times, updating the data. In between other transaction reads the data. Okay, this is also non serializable. This is write read conflict. Okay, write read conflict. Okay, so write read problem. Okay, it is also non serializable. Okay, non serializable, not view serializable and not conflict serializable. Okay, it is not view serializable, schedule, as well as obviously not conflict serializable schedule also. Okay, so if same transaction update the data more than once, in between other transaction reads the data, okay, is not serializable. Same transaction reads the data more than once, in between other transaction update the data, is also non serializable. Okay, so both are okay. So not view serializable schedules. Non serializable means not view serializable. Not view serializable means it is not conflict serializable also. Not view serializable means it is not conflict serializable also. Okay, non serializable schedules. Okay. Then see the MSQ question. Okay, protocol condition, transaction T locks all required data items. Okay, transaction T locks all required data item. Transaction T then read or writes, okay, and unlocks immediately after the data read or write operation completed, okay, and performs the read and write and unlocks the data, and transaction T commit. Okay, so this is the protocol condition. If this is the protocol condition, okay, if all transactions of the schedule obeys the protocol condition, every transaction obeying this, okay, then protocol ensures conflict serializability, protocol ensures strict recoverability, protocol may allow schedule which is not conflict serializable, non-conflict serializable may execute. It means not ensures the conflict serializability. It may not ensure strict recoverable. It means, what is mean by ensures conflict serializability? It is not allowed someone who is non-conflict serializable. What is mean by ensure strict recoverable? Not allowed some schedule which is non-strict recoverable. Okay, and other two options, may execute non-serializable schedule, may execute non-strict recoverable schedule. Okay, so means two answers. Okay, so ensuring conflict serializable, not ensuring conflict serializable, one of them should be correct. Ensure strict recoverable, not ensure strict recoverable, one of them should be correct. Okay, because okay, so A, B and C, D both are two complement statements. Okay, so what is the answer now? MCQ question. Is it MCQ question? Then what is that? Deleted the chart. Right. Okay. See, if transaction obeys 2PL condition, then ensures conflict serializability. Okay. If transactions obeys, okay, if transaction obeys 2PL restriction, okay, then ensures conflict serializability. Ensures conflict serializability. If transaction obeys the 2PL restriction, ensures conflict serializability, guaranteed for conflict serializable. If some transaction obeys, every transaction, it means to say, every transaction obeys, okay, so conflict serializable 2PL restriction, then we can say, okay, then we can say the schedule guaranteed for, okay, the schedule guaranteed for conflict serializability, okay, is one thing. 2PL restriction, you know, okay, locks request not allowed in unlocking phase. Lock request not allowed in unlocking phase. Now, if transaction locks all, transaction holds all locks which allowed for data updation, all logs which allowed for data updation, okay, it means example exclusive lock, exclusive locks, until commit or rollback, until commit or rollback of transaction. If holds all the locks until commit or rollback of transaction, then ensures strict recoverability. Then ensures, okay, strict recoverability. Okay, these are the two key points you need to understand. Any protocol which uses locking, any protocol which uses locking obeys the 2PL restriction. 2PL restriction ensures conflict serializability. Any protocol which holds the locks which update the data item, which update the data, okay, like exclusive locks. Transaction should hold all locks which allowed for data updation until commit or rollback of transaction, then ensures strict recoverability. Now, so see, protocol satisfied first condition or not, satisfied second condition or not. Okay, so based on that you can understand ensures strict recoverable true or not, ensures, okay, so serializable is true or not. Answer this one now. Six candidate keys, Vartika. 6 candidate keys for this question. DBMS algo notes class sufficient for solving workbook PYQ ARB test series questions. Yes, note sufficient means how much you understood from the notes depends. Okay, it's not like you taken xerox of notes from somewhere and not attended the lectures. Okay, so it's not like that. How syllabus completed is also important. So many are just, okay, so completing, watching lecture 2x mode or 2.5 1.5x mode and thinking that syllabus completed. Okay, so if 2x mode, okay, if some topic is completed, where you given time for register the content or where you given time for register the concept in your brain. Okay, so just like you completed syllabus, then it's not going to be useful anyway. So it's a subject, it's a logic. Okay, the concept should be registered in brain and you should analyze and you should able to apply for solving the question. So that much time you have to give. Okay, so that is not possible just because of 2x mode, video is completed, course is completed, nothing like that. Okay. So difference between rigorous, it's see, rigorous protocol, okay, it can lock anywhere in the transaction. So here that means, see, this protocol says like this, it's not rigorous. Okay, so question is not about rigorous or not, it may be rigorous also, but you have to answer these two. Okay, but what this protocol says that, for example, some transaction is there, some transaction T is there. Okay, it required to read and write the data. Okay, it required to read B and it required to write C and commit. See, A, B, C required. Okay, so what this protocol says that transaction must lock all the data, okay, before read and writes. That means exclusive lock required for A, okay, and shared lock required for B, and exclusive lock required for C. Okay, all locks should hold before. Transaction T, okay, locks all required data item. locks all required data item. Step 1. Step 2, okay, reads and writes. Once read and write completed, immediately unlocks the data. After read A, write A, immediately unlocks A. And after read B, immediately unlocks the B. Unlocks the B. And after that, immediately unlocks the C. Committed also. Okay, after that, transaction T3 committed. This is the structure for this protocol. Is it ensures conflict serializability? Is it 2PL or not? Yes, it is 2PL. Locks before the unlocks. Okay, once unlocking begins, there is no more lock requests. Okay, that's why ensures conflict serializability. Ensures conflict serializability because obeys the 2PL. And what about this one? Exclusive locks holds until commit. True or false? Exclusive lock not hold until commit. Exclusive lock A is exclusive lock, C is exclusive lock. Both A and C released before commit. Okay, after unlocking of data, then commit is happened. Exclusive locks not hold until commit. So not ensures the strict recoverable. It is not ensures the strict recoverable. Right? Rigorous protocol is rigorous 2PL is different. It need not required to lock at the first step. Okay, it can lock anywhere before required to read or write. Before required read or write, it can lock. But unlocking should be after commit. That is a rigorous. Okay, it's not rigorous. Okay, so and second thing, either rigorous also they may give like this. Okay, they may say that transaction T can lock the data. Okay, before required to read or write, and step 2 commits. Step 3 unlocks the data. Then based on that you need to answer this. So two things you need to observe. Is it obeys the 2PL or not? If it is obeys the 2PL, transaction obeys the 2PL condition, 2PL restriction is ensures conflict serializable. If transaction holds all the locks which is update the data items, means like example exclusive lock. Okay, actually in real time application many more locks which are also allowed to update the data item. Okay, but that much deeper not used to ask in the gate level also. Okay, so but in gate point of view exclusive lock, for suppose exclusive locks. So exclusive lock should hold until commit or rollback. Then it is ensures the strict recoverable. It ensures the strict recoverable. Okay. Right. So let me give one more such question. Okay, so forget about what protocol name, that's not important here. Okay, what is the name of protocol is not important here. Okay, so is it obeying 2PL or not? So that you will understand ensures conflict serializable or not. Is it holding exclusive lock until commit or not? So that you will understand ensures strict recoverable or not. Okay. No, similar question. Protocol condition. Transaction T must request lock on data item just before read or write and must unlock data item immediate, okay, after read or write operation. Okay, immediate read or write operation. Immediately after read or write operation, it mean to say. Okay, some after is there. No? After immediate read or write operation of data item. Okay, that means just before read, request the lock. Just after write or read, okay, unlock the data. Okay, then protocol ensures conflict serializability and ensures strict recoverability, not ensures conflict serializability and not ensures strict recoverability. Okay, according to this protocol condition, is it obeys 2PL or not? Is it obeys 2PL or not? If obeys 2PL, then ensures conflict serializability. If exclusive locks are data updation logs, holds until commit or rollback, then it is, okay, ensures strict recoverability. Okay, so I am just copy paste for reference purpose. Okay, so is it obeying 2PL or not, you need to verify. Is it holding exclusive logs or data updation logs until commit or rollback? Okay, based on that you need to see. Okay, so strict recoverable true or not, serializable true or not. Okay, Ramu says CD. Very good. Okay, right now. So for example, just before read or write, okay, so it has to be log. For example, transaction required this one, some transaction required, okay, so transaction T, it wants to read the data or write the data, read and write the data, it wants to read data item B and it required to write data item C, something, some random transaction I am using, okay. So here there is nothing like unlock after commit, okay, just before read, okay, or write, okay, log the data, and just after read or write unlock the data, and again just before read log the data, just after read or write unlock the data, just before update, before write C, okay, log the data, just after unlock the data, right. See, this is neither satisfy 2PL nor hold the exclusive logs until commit, okay. This is not 2PL, not obeys 2PL, not obeys 2PL, and not holds exclusive logs until commit, okay, not holds exclusive logs until commit or rollback. That means neither ensures serializability nor ensures strict recoverability. Neither ensures serializability nor ensures strict recoverability, right. So like this kind of concept, that's what the conceptual question. Otherwise testing conflict serializable or not, okay, those kind of questions anyhow you know, okay. So the little tricky questions only I trying to cover in this session. So this is all about, so this timestamp ordering, it is not that much feasible, okay, just try it once, okay, later you try it once, timestamp ordering question, okay. I am just leaving this for your practice, okay. So this is about the today's session of DBMS, okay. So hope you all understood some basic concept, and maximum I try to cover every area, okay. So some good questions. So thank you so much for all your support. Approximately session is around 3 hours 15 minutes, okay. Thank you so much for your support. So is anything, should I close the session? Please post your comment. Thank you, Vartika. So last 15 days what to do, what not to do, he is saying that. So there is nothing much here. For example, I think so because the 8th is the exam, okay, all I wanted to say, stop giving the FSTs after probably 5th, okay. So before from 5th up, assume, okay, so before 5th stop giving the after 5th, okay, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, last 4 days, okay, just focus on, okay, basic revision of notes, and if required practice, and just go through the PYQs, okay, PYQs of last 10 years, okay, 10 years, you can practice paper wise or subject wise, up to you, okay. So before that, revision and FSTs, okay, before until 5th, okay, complete the FSTs, fill syllabus tests, and daily one test also you can give, or alternative depends on how many tests are already given. So if more tests are still pending, so give more number of tests, almost daily one test you give it, okay. So if only 4-5 tests are pending, okay, then alternatively one FST, okay, FST and mock, okay. So FST plus revision, Okay, so at last 15 days there is nothing new to explain, nothing new to a big strategy and all, because whichever topic is not studied you can't cover now, which if topic is already studied, and please revise it properly and do it. Okay, so no need to panic, and exam result depends on your exam temper also, not just about the subject learning only. Okay, so that means those who got the AR1 doesn't mean that they are master in every topic. Okay, they have the more temper of examination. Okay, so more temper in the sense, see, the with whatever knowledge you gained and whatever topics you studied, with that topic how much best you can able to do in exam. Okay, that matters here a lot for the result. Okay, so for example, sometime, so applying procedure and solve the problem, or okay, look the options, substitute the values in options and solve the problem. So which one is able to do faster, that dynamically you will able to think, or should think in the exam. Okay, so sometime we should not do complete procedure to solve the problem, sometime we need to eliminate options. That exam temper, that's why you use it to say give more and more FSTs and all. Okay, so 10% not studied, or 15% syllabus not completed, or 1 or 2 topics of 1-2 subjects not completed, these all not a big matter, these all not a big matter. It's all about 80% completed, 60% completed, 70% syllabus completed. Okay, with that syllabus how much best marks you can able to get. Okay, that makes the difference. Okay, so that exam temper try to improve. Okay, it's not about AR1 is nothing like he know every topic is master, nothing like that. Okay, he has a more exam temper. Okay, so and might be more IQ or mathematically strong and conceptually strong. Okay, I'm not denying that. Okay, so he studied, means he has studied well, that is okay, that is a different thing, but nothing like every topic he is a master, that's why he got a AR1. Okay, okay, may have good exam temper. So sometime 50-60%, 70% syllabus only completes by students, they are able to score more than 50-60 marks. Okay, so that is what the all required for examination. Na? If 80% syllabus only you completed, but you are also getting 80% marks, is very best thing, right? So it's not about 10-20% syllabus not completed or topic not completed and all. It is about, okay, how you handle that 3 hours of exam pressure, and before that how much you basic concept you revised. Okay, so and second thing, don't deviate the basics. Okay, so sometime for your understanding purpose, okay, the methodology you will convert in your own terminology. Okay, that is a different problem. Okay, so for example, conceptually that some terminologies are there for your easy practice, or easy for example attribute is there, or candidate key is there, like the some terminologies are you will change with your local language and all. Okay, so by the time of converting the actual topic to your comfort level language, if you deviate the basic, if you deviate the method of solving problem, if you deviate the basic concept of the solving problem, and that may affect for exam. Okay, so if you are converting in some other comfortable language, but don't deviate the core logic of the topic. Okay, because conceptually the exam questions are more about conceptually should be strong. It's not about method to solve the problem. Blindly I know the method, I will solve the problem, nothing like that. It will not work for the gate. So those kind of small changes you have to do, and otherwise, so whatever you studied is perfect and sufficient. Just 10 more days revise same thing, no need to touch any new thing right now, and give the FSTs before 4th or 5th of the February, last 2-3 days. Okay, just revise short notes or full notes, whatever the way, okay, which you already known topics only. Don't revise any unknown topics from now onwards. Okay, just give the just solve the FSTs in last 2-3 days, and nothing more to explain, because nothing you can't change the whole preparation now, this 15 days. Okay, this 15 days you can't add one more subject which is not done before. You can't study one more so new topic which is not studied before. Okay, so whatever is studied, 70% studied is enough, 80% studied enough. Okay, the remaining topics leave it. Okay, so but exam temper try to improve and use your common sense to solve the problems, and concept, don't deviate the concept while you are converting into your comfortable language or comfortable mode. Okay, so this is all about today's session. Okay, so for any other suggestion or any other guidance required from my side or any of the MadeEasy team side, you feel free to post in Telegram group or feel free to connect directly to the faculty. Okay, so thank you. If any further requirement, okay. Again, can message on this number, right? Thank you all. This is all about today's session. Signing off. Thank you all.